Hi, I'm Rosh from Energy Matters. Welcome to our podcast, Road to Zero, where we dive headfirst into all things renewable. Join us as we chat with industry experts, tech specialists, and some of your favourite TV and radio personalities, asking the renewable energy questions that you want answers to. Our goal, a zero carbon future. In today's episode, I'm absolutely delighted to be catching up with my old buddy, Brett Robinson, National Sales Manager for LONGi Solar Australia. Brett, how are you?
Good morning. Excellent. It's an excellent day. Thank you very much for inviting me on.
Mate, you're very, very welcome. I know you're a very, very busy man, Brett. You've got a lot going on, which we'll discuss over the duration of this podcast. But first and foremost, Brett, just for anyone that doesn't really know you or any of our audience that hasn't come across you before, could you just quickly run us through your journey today in respect to being in solar power and the renewable energy industry?
No worries. Thanks, Rosh. Look, I've been in selling and managing people in solar now for over a decade. I was a commercial industrial sales manager for CSR Bradford in Perth when Bradford decided to start selling solar PV in 2013. So for me, it was a seamless transfer to sell commercial solar to my customers. And now I've been with LONGi now for just on 3 years.
Mate, fantastic. And why did you choose to work for LONGi? I mean, I know they're a great company. You clearly do now. But what led you to LONGi Solar?
Well, yeah, that's an excellent question. So, look, I prefer to work with manufacturers in the building industry. I've represented manufacturers in different industrial segments since 1993. So these companies create products from the imagination of their people. So to give you an example, no one knew they wanted the first Apple iPhone until they looked at it, touched it, and used it. And so, where does that come from? That comes from the imagination of the people that work in manufacturers.
Mate, absolutely fantastic. And I know you've got some overseas trips planned, one particularly to China. So although this is obviously an obvious question in respect to us today for knowing the answer, tell me a bit background on LONGi Solar. I mean, where they're based, where the panels manufactured. Tell us a little bit more about their setup.
Yeah, that's great. Look, LONGi's based in Xi'an, which is in the northwestern part of China. It's the home of the Terracotta Warriors. So everyone's heard of the Terracotta Warriors. But something else, it's also the ancient capital of China. It was the capital of China for 1,100 years, from like 200 BC to 900 AD. So it has an incredible historical value. It is one of the two major tourist spots where China promotes. They say go to Beijing and go to Xi'an. So we're very we're very happy to come from that part of the world. So as for where we manufacture our panels, well, we're a vertically integrated manufacturer of ingots, wafers, cells, and modules. So we've got 9 different manufacturing sites in China. We have one in Vietnam. We have a new factory in Malaysia, and a soon-to-open factory in the USA.
Absolutely fantastic. And from what I've been told, the premises are absolutely stunning, state-of-the-art, beautiful design, lovely people. I'm assuming that's been your experience today.
Well, last year I was in Shanghai, and we looked at our Xi'an factory to the south of Shanghai. And this is one of our factories that produces 20,000 panels a day.
Wow.
It was truly amazing. And the beautiful part about it was there was lots of people there. So lots and lots of automation, but also lots of people. And there's inspirational stuff that's up on the walls. There's assistance packages. The people that we spoke to and were walking past on the floor were smiling and happy. So that's got to be a good thing.
No, absolutely. And Brett, from my own experiences with LONGi, I mean, I've been working with LONGi for a few years now, especially since at the helm of Energy Matters, and also working with you guys on a range of different TV shows, which we're going to link to in a second. But I've really seen the journey of LONGi from going to, from really being considered, the best of the rest and a very affordable module to now really the premium range of panels. I mean, what's changed? Has that been like a strategy internally? Has it just been natural progression through the R&D that you guys invest into your panels?
Well, and that is the issue. So LONGi was formed by 3 engineers back in 2000. So next year's our 25th anniversary. And to be honest, we're still an engineering-led business. We've invested over $1 billion US in R&D since 2021. So our quality was always noted as being excellent. But with the introduction of our HIMO 4 370 and 450 watt modules about 4 years ago, which was way and beyond what was available from other manufacturers, that is when, as a module manufacturer and as a cell manufacturer, we really took off. So we had engineering and we had production come together and produce a better mousetrap at the time.
And look, your product is so well known in today's industry. Excuse me, but we have, not just the uptake from consumers, residential and commercial, but now also TV celebs. So I'm going to get into that in a second. But for anyone watching or listening, I apologise in advance. You're going to hear a preview to the upcoming episode of Renovate or Rebuild. For those of you in the know, Renovate or Rebuild, Season 2, won a Banksia Sustainability Award in Season 1. It really is a beautiful, entertaining show that really demonstrates through fantastic media, loads of really great scripting, great characters, and really just real life scenarios how you can go net zero in your own home and get really high energy efficiency. LONGi Solar will be on this season, but before we get to LONGi, let's just play a quick preview of Season 1 that goes to air tomorrow.
We have to rebuild this. I mean, the house, we walked through it. There's a lot of work to do. And in my mind, I've been in construction a long time. I just know that once that wall gets pulled off, there's going to be a whole lot more drama behind there that is going to elevate the cost of the renovation throughout the whole build.
All right, Brett. So we're super excited for that. It's going to be an absolute epic season. 8 episodes. Goes premieres this season on Channel 9 from the main network. A really convenient spot, 3:30 on a Saturday afternoon. So, after lunch, come home, kick back and watch it. Brett, obviously super excited for LONGi Solar to be on episode 1. I'm delighted you guys actually chose to participate and be one of our Energy Matters partners on the show. What do you reckon were the key reasons for LONGi Solar wanting to participate in Renovate or Rebuild?
Oh, look, that's a no-brainer, honestly. Australians love their real shows on housing. And the questions that this show poses strike to the heart of homeowners' problems everywhere. I think it's a miracle that no one is hurt in the filming of these episodes because based on my experience of renovation, there's some seriously heated discussions during the course of a renovation. But yeah, we're really happy and excited to be involved with it because it is a true down-to-earth show. It shows real people showing real houses and posing real questions.
No, fantastic, mate. And can you tell us a little bit more about the product you'll be showcasing on the show?
Well, in late 2022, we were able to bring our first really black solar cell with a black backsheet module to Australia, and it was an absolute hit. It was because our technology meant it looked good and delivered performance to the same level as our normal market offer. Now, that panel has paved the way for our latest offer, which is a 440-watt Obsidian all-black module. This product has cutting-edge back contact technology, so there's no shiny bus bars on the front, just a stunning all-black appearance. So that's what we're going to be showcasing during the course of the year.
Mate, absolutely fantastic. So, guys, for anyone who doesn't know, and I did mention it earlier on, LONGi Solar have not only installed thousands of homes and businesses, but a number of TV celebs as well. I'm going to play a quick clip from one of their very proud customers and also someone that's going to host the Renovate or Rebuild, who happens to be, where we'll be walking through tomorrow, and that's showcasing his home. Let's have a quick look at what James had to say. This is James Brett.
The world of solar panels, it can become easily confusing. There's so many in the market. After some research, I decided to go with LONGi Solar panels. Why? Well, it was about the quality of their technology. Their solar panels are sleek and aesthetic. They're quite good looking and low profile, perfect for our renovation here. The service was fantastic. And most importantly, these panels produce a lot of energy. That allows us to make the most of our beautiful coastal location, capturing all of the energy from the sun, even on a cloudy day. Thanks, LONGi.
So as you can see, James is very happy. Now, first and foremost, the solar panels are just absolutely stunning. I mean, they look beautiful. And I think, back in the day of selling solar power back in 2009, I think one of the biggest objections I used to have, especially from those mansions and those multi-million-dollar properties that we see on TV today, is look, I get the financial benefits, I get the impact on carbon reduction on the environment, but they look ugly. I don't want those things on my roof. And back then, they weren't ugly. They just were blue. They weren't that attractive. So it's amazing to see how that technology has evolved.
Looking at that house is a perfect example of a whole subset of how Australians build now. So it's a sleek white look. It has a surf mist, typically roof, and they want to have something up there that looks great. Now, the concept of having a white solar panel on the roof is not very good efficiency-wise, but the all-black solution really does kick a goal. So in that particular case, that was our first entry into the all-black model. So as you saw, it looks really good up on the roof. The new one, without the front bus bars, no shiny things, it really does look stunning.
I can't wait to actually have your product installed on my roof, and that's a conversation for you guys for another time. Brett, Smart Energy Conference is coming up as well, so it's going to be a really, really awesome week next week, starting with Renovate and Rebuild, the Smart Energy Conference. That's running next week for Wednesday and Thursday in Sydney. What are you most looking forward to at this year's conference?
Well, LONGi is releasing a new Infinity Edge commercial module with LONGi's anti-dust frame. It means that when it's put on a low-pitch commercial roof, or even a low-pitch townhouse roof these days, the build-up of dirt and mud at the bottom of the panel is eliminated completely. And what this does, it improves the performance of the product, and it reduces the frequency of cleaning for customers, regardless of whether they're domestic or industrial.
Absolutely fantastic. And I think you've almost, that particular product launch almost answers my next question. I mean, our customers are always looking for new and cutting edge technology. Is there anything in the pipeline that LONGi will take your offerings to the next level? I mean, this panel sounds like it will. Is there anything else?
Well, yeah, LONGi's just announced a world record for a tandem silicon cell output of 33.9%. Now, that is a staggering 31% more than the current best production LONGi cell, which is 25.8%. Now, taken further, this could mean that in the next few years, the size of our current 440 module, which is about just over 1,722 millimeters long, instead of being a 440, it could be 570 watts. It's just nuts.
Will that have any impact on the weight and the size of the module? Will it stay within the same sort of parameters, size-wise?
It'll be exactly the same size, exactly the same weight. And that's what comes out of R&D. We spend so much money in R&D to make sure that we try and get more power per square meter.
That's absolutely insane. Which means my next question, I don't know how you're going to answer, but what product would you like to see LONGi produce next? I mean, you guys are setting the benchmark. The technologies go from strength to strength. What else is there? What else would you love to see produced next?
It's like asking which one's your favourite child, isn't it? Honestly, from your answer a couple ago, what I really want is I want to get the Infinity Anti-Dust Edge, the frame design, on the 440 watt format, which means that we can use that product on low pitch townhouse roofs where they're space constrained, or use them on the new types of, the new sort of 5 and 6 story apartment complexes where they have limited space on the roof and they can't really have the panel very much on a tilt. So that's what I really want: 440 watt format product, 1,722 mil long, with that anti-dust frame edge.
Fantastic. You heard it here first, China. When Brett's in town in a couple weeks' time, he's going to have his demands laid out.
That's it. Go in and fight for it.
Good man. A couple of serious questions. I mean, these ones come from our, a lot of our consumers on the web chat, and they're obviously, have a number of concerns. Everyone, look, the migration, the move toward adoption of renewable energy technology has never been better. It's now a steep curve, especially from a consumer point of view. We've certainly reached tipping point in terms of inbound inquiries. Commercial is still building and building, but everyone knows it makes sense both financially as well as from a carbon reduction perspective. But from your point of view, I mean, what changes would you like to see in the industry to better provide consumers confidence that renewables are a viable alternative to fossil fuel-reliant technology?
No, that's a great question, and in like everything in life, it's a balance question, So you have to get some more balance in there. Without any doubt at all, we've been blessed because we have the raw materials in Australia in which to manufacture our future storage needs. We have sufficient capacity in hydro to be able to do extraordinary amount of storage for the Australian energy market in the future. And we've got the best solar radiation per square metre than any other continent. So, like if you put those three things together, it really does mean that it's just not one thing that solves a problem. It's a bit like in the past where we had our governments build our power stations. And so the first power station they built was beautiful for the time. But after a short period of time, it became surplus to needs because it wasn't sufficiently big. And so that's the way of our world. We have to continue to work out ways to generate more energy, to look after our lifestyles, because that's what we all want, but do it in the most economical way possible. And as it currently stands, solar and wind are the two cheapest ways to generate electricity across all weather scenarios across the year. We just need to have more investment made in the storage capacity outside of those hours in hydro and in batteries.
Would you like to see federal assistance and funding towards batteries? Do you reckon that could be the thing that really gives it that nudge when people start to adopt battery storage?
Well, Victoria's had a number of investments schemes by the state government, and their uptake has been really good. Queensland's just had a limited one, and I think it's almost exhausted its output, and it was only open for 10 days. So there is a demand there for government assistance to come into the market. Now, of course, what we all worry about is that we're going to get a good product when we've got that government assistance coming in. Now, that's up to the industry to ensure that the products that we are selling are fit for purpose, work together with the other parts of the puzzle, which in the case of battery storage means that you have to have the right hybrid inverter and enough solar to drive the home and put the energy into the battery. So there's a couple of things that have to come together. But overall, Australia's in a really good place and we're in a really good opportunity position. We just need to continue doing what we're doing.
No, good call, mate. And look, Australians are known for their early adoption and high uptake of solar power, as we mentioned earlier. This means in the time we've both been in solar power over the last 14, 15 years, there's a lot of Aussie rooftops with aged, outdated, inefficient PV systems. I mean, as we said earlier, the 160s, 150, 170 watt panels are now all the way up to over 500 with what's coming next. So what message would you like to send to those who are not sure whether or not they should invest in an upgrade of their old system?
Well, this is where you got to take things lightly because everyone's situation is different. If the needs and the demands of the home have changed over time, then you really should look at changing and upgrading your solar array. This is almost a standard thing now when people buy an existing home. They've mostly come from a home that's had solar. They bring with them their learnings and their experience. And they come in and they say, this system up on the roof, it has 150 or 180 or 200 watt panels, is not going to be sufficient to what I need. And so they then go forward and do things. So from that point of view, changeover house is that perfect opportunity to upgrade and increase the ability of solar to effectively underpin everyone's lifestyle. So that's we'll come back to the first thing. Everyone's situation is different.
No, good answer, mate. Just a couple of things on net zero. I mean, what are the small changes that you believe that people can make to move us towards that sort of zero carbon future, becoming net zero?
Well, my recommendation isn't actually solar. My recommendation is to run your air conditioning at home on the dry function.
Yeah.
That stops the planet. That does, so if you run it on dry, if you have a split system air conditioning running your system on dry literally takes takes the humidity out of the air. It automatically drops the temperature by 2 or 3 or maybe even 4 degrees from ambient, and is a drier environment. So you feel cooler because there's less humidity and it's slightly cooler. But that only uses 40% of the energy of running it at 24 degrees. It's a massive difference, but it is just a small thing.
That's huge. Good work. I haven't heard that one before, Brett. So that's a first for Road to Zero. Going back to corporate, I mean, and really sort of the impact that has probably on the Australian setup, the Australian setup of your organisation as well. I mean, what is LONGi Solar looking to do to reduce their carbon footprint and promote sustainability? I mean, are there any sort of recycling programs or anything in play?
One of our plants, which is the Bushan plant, and our other one, which is the Jiaxing plant in China, have been awarded Lighthouse awards, and it is mostly around about how we deal with our electricity, how we use. So we have solar, making our solar plants, our solar panels. We have dramatically cut our water usage per unit of product that we manufacture on the sites. Our energy management system, which runs our factories, is now 30 to 35% more efficient than what it was at the start of the process, which was back in 2021. So we're really walking the walk in terms of incurring costs in our investment to reduce our footprint on site. We, as a manufacturer, we're not alone. Many manufacturers continue to do this because it's good business sense. You use less energy, you use less water, it costs you less money. And the bottom line is that when you make a facility better, more efficient, it provides more job security for your people because it remains a profitable centre for you to manufacture your products. So it's a virtuous circle. You save and you protect. It's great.
No, that's absolutely fantastic, mate. Well, look, Brett, thank you so much for joining us today. You've been a plethora of information as always, and some really good tips about running your air conditioning on dry. Who knew? Anyone in Queensland? Why aren't you doing this? Especially on the days with the summer we've had so far, it's been absolutely
it's been terrible.
It's
been terrible.
So
59 days in a row where the nighttime temperature has not fallen below 23 degrees.
Wow. Well, look, I'd say I'm lucky enough to be in Melbourne, but we had a 37-degree day yesterday. So that was, nice. And it's 20, I think, well, actually it's 26 today, so not so bad. All right, Brett. Well, look, thank you so much once again for your time, mate. I do appreciate it. And if anyone else out there watching or even listening today, you can certainly find out more information about what the latest products that LONGi Solar are offering. If you can Energy Matters' own website, we're hosting a page on there, so energymatters.com.au/LONGi, LONGi. Check it out. Check out the latest stuff, and most importantly, jump on watch TV tomorrow, Channel 9, Renovate or Rebuild, Season 2, Episode 1, and it's at 3:30 p.m. on Channel 9, and we'll be repeating throughout the week and can be found on 9 now. And we'll definitely see LONGi Solar's panels on there. James Treble talking passionately, as always, about what's on his mind. Brett, thank you so much, mate. Great to see you again. Can't wait to see you at Smart Energy Conference next week. And you take care.
Thank you very much. Enjoy your day.
Thanks, mate. All right, guys. So you heard it all here first. LONGi Solar. I mean, I'm an absolute fan of these guys, so as you can tell. But also, and more importantly, the quality of their product is absolutely phenomenal. So, if any of you guys have yet to go solar power, or still thinking about going solar, even for your home or for your business, jump onto our website. You can get up to three free quotes by going to energymatters.com.au/solar quotes, or just click on the get free quotes button on our website, and we'll hook you up with up to three solar retail installers in your local area who can quote you. Other than that, thank you so much for listening. Watch Renovate or Rebuild tomorrow. Take it easy, guys. All the best. See you next time.